Yo, 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 yo. Yo, welcome to the Smoking at the Gas Station podcast. Yo, we doing something different this week. I got a homie of mine, a friend, you know what I'm saying, a confidant, a mentor, all of the above. I don't really, it's a lot of titles I can give this guy. But, this week we just going to have a little fun, just talk about, different perspectives on things that's going on around here. It's been a lot of, for lack of a better term, a lot of coonery going on around here in the world. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about it, get some different opinions on it. Y'all can comment, give us some feedback, what you thought about what's going on. But let me introduce my boy, Vince Lewis, a.k.a. V. Lou, a.k.a. Coach Lewis, a.k.a. I don't know what else you go by, man.
Just Lou, man.
Lou,
man. Thank you for having me, brother.
Hey, man, no
Thank
problem,
you for having
man.
me, brother.
Thank you for, taking time out your busy schedule, man.
Not a problem, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I know you were a married man and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But, man, let's get right to it, man. So, I've been hurt lately, man. You know what I'm saying? My favorite artist, man. I dressed up as him in the 6th grade. Man, you know what I'm saying? My boy Kanye, man.
I feel you paying, brother.
Man,
I feel you paying, man.
Bro, what can you explain? Can you give me some clarity with what's going on around here, man?
That's a tough one, brother. I've tried to look at it in a lot of different lights, man.
Yeah.
Again, one of my, I guess, quote unquote heroes, for lack of a better word. I got it. I always look to his tunes to inspire me. Even early in his career, the things that he said, the things that he, quote unquote stood for. It's like, he's on our side type deal. And then you have him spit out rhetoric like he's spitting out now, man. It's just like, dude, was all of it a lie? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm trying.
So I guess my thing is I looked at it from two different sides.
Yeah.
First side, it's a ploy for attention, right? It's a publicity stunt. It's music coming. It's Yeezy season coming. It's new Yeezys coming, and I gotta be in the light,
Right.
And I feel like his thing behind it is, I guess to really connect the dots is, here it is. You guys are so engulfed in what I'm talking about politics or what I'm tweeting about and different things of that nature. When all the while my music has a different connotation.
Bro, so check this out. Let's recap on some of the stuff he said. You know what I'm saying? So remind the people of one thing that stands out in your head that just baffled you.
Like all the way up until the slavery was a choice comment.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe my man's just misunderstood. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, so I have this thing that I do. Right? I even had to, share with my wife. I share it with a lot of close friends, right? Like, it's called sharing it with the committee.
Right.
Right. People in important positions, before they make a decision that'll impact the whole business, the whole unit, as a father, different things of that nature. Before they make those decisions, they have to run things by people to make sure they don't sound stupid.
Yeah.
Right? To make sure if I turn this car this way, it ain't gonna wreck.
Right.
I need to make sure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he ain't got no committee to run it by.
And I agree with that, man. But it's like, bro, maybe he does, but they just not keeping it real with him.
Or maybe his committee is just as stupid as he is.
That's a good point. But I'm trying to think, like, who is around him, man? Like, because I watched the interview with him and Charlamagne, and he asked him, did he trust his in-laws, the Kardashians?
Yeah.
And he like froze up. Like,
I gotta go home.
So it's like, that tells me right there, he don't really have, if you can't trust your wife, you know what I'm saying, they family, then like, bro, what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's a trust from a different standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, with in-laws, you trust them for who they are. You trust them for who you've known them to be, based upon your relationship with your wife or your husband, or just from what you've seen, right? So, you know, you got to figure, before my man even got into the thick of things, he knew what it was.
Yeah.
Right? He knew what it was. He knew how they was rocking.
That's true.
So I think of it from a standpoint of, you know, he trusts her. He knows that she has his best interests at heart, but he knows in any situation, when it hit the fan, they bought that dollar, brother.
That's true.
They bought that dollar, and you know.
And I don't like them mugs anyway, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh yeah, that's without question.
Look, I got a theory about old girl, her sister, man, Chloe. Bruh, she done think about it, bruh. She done dated, well, I think it's 4 athletes, but 3 of them were the number 13. You know what I'm saying? And
my man digging deep.
Listen, somebody pointed this out to me.
My man digging deep.
So you got Odell Beckham, number 13. You got James Harden, number 13. You got Tristan Thompson, number 13. And they all left-handed, man. I don't know what that means.
My man Elo ain't wear 13.
He's left-handed,
but
though.
he is a lefty.
But I just pictured on Get Out when old girl was on the computer, you know, at the end.
Yeah, bro.
And you know what I'm saying? She's scrolling through.
She's taking out, bro.
That's what
all of them are, though. All of them
This is
are.
ridiculous, man.
My thing is, man, they publicize it. Yeah. Right? I remember this has just rung in my head for the last couple of weeks, man. My pastor said something. I won't speak on exactly what it was about, right? But he said, we often judge people based upon the sins that we can see.
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A person mixed up in a whole bunch of mess.
Yeah.
But appears well,
yeah,
is not looked at as the same person that got a sleeve full of tattoos.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And I know many men with high level character. Yeah. That have buttloads of tattoos. Right. And I know some guys that's naked body that I wouldn't leave my dog around. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they get the bad end of the stick. Yeah. Simply, and here I am supporting Kardashian. Yeah. But, you know, I like to give everybody, you know, benefit of the doubt. I think they get the bad end of the stick because it's visible, bro. Right? Like, think about it. Get Out, for instance, right? Yeah. We just thought, all right, she mixed up, you know, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. You know, she mixed up in some messy family stuff, right? Yeah. Until we seen her on the internet picking out the next product. Right. That's when we was like, oh, this is how you rocking.
You right. You right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you think, man, it's some of us. Yeah. It's some people that look just like us. Yeah. That are, you know, in the same boat as, you know, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Friend of mine. Yeah. Close friend of mine. Yeah. Right? His wife. Yeah. Shared with me. Yeah. She said, I had every intention on just going into nursing school. Right. But my father said that I should go to a Division I college and find an athlete. Damn. Right? Like, so, you know, it's happening, bro. Yeah. It's happening. It's just the fact that they're out there, man.
Trying to trap mugs.
I wouldn't call it trapping, bro. Like,
what is it then?
I wouldn't even call it trapping. I feel like, you know what I mean? I look at it like this, bro. Yeah. Google stop. Yeah. It's public information. Right. If I can get in, I'm gonna get in. You get what I mean? Like, so I could have, you know what I mean? And think about it. people that invest, they have different, streams of income. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if something hit the fan, I need something to cash out on. Right? And I just feel like I look at my wife and I.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't go try to stalk down Skylar Diggins.
Right.
The professional athlete.
Yeah.
I didn't go try to chase down Kerry Champion.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't go try to. But my wife is successful. She has 2 degrees. Right. She's successful in her field of work. Right. So
that's a good question. Is it like, can I have? Some people just like athletes. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
So is something wrong with that? Just liking a certain type of person or certain?
It's not, bro.
But really, I think it kind of is because that's not really that person. You know what I'm saying? You played sports before. I played sports, and it's like when I stopped playing, a lot of people stopped talking to me. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So it's like, but you realize, that's not who you are. So is that cool for somebody to pursue you just because you're an athlete?
I look at it this way, right? Everybody has an entitlement to choose who they want to choose, right? I feel like based upon what you said, right? That ain't me, right? When I come off the court, when I come off the field, I take off that jersey, I take off those pads, I unlace the sneakers, I put on my street clothes, I get in my car, I go home. I'm no longer on the court, I'm a person.
Right.
I was a man. I was a black young man. I was Vince Lewis before I was number 11. Yeah. Right. What I evolved into is closely based upon the sport that I chose to play for the rest of my life. Right. But at the end of the day, like if that's what you want to choose, be ready to possibly take a L because that ball gonna stop bouncing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what it is, right? Like I think that's where a lot of those guys have drawn the line. Where you look at how things didn't work out with her and James Harden. Yeah. Right?
Now he's an MVP.
Right? MVP. Like, and my man just had to say, "Yo, check this out. I ain't built for that." Yeah. I'm a hood dude from LA. I ain't with all this glitz and glamour. I ain't with all that. Like I like the spotlight. Like that's a lot of what cats strap them up for. Right. That's what a lot of cats like. I ain't sitting here flexing like I just love the game because I love the game. Right. Niggas was trying to go to the league, bro.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And not only was we trying to get to the league, but at a certain time we was trying to take everything that came with that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And so, with that being said, right? Tie it back in, right? With that being said, we were trying to take everything that came with it. Mm-hmm. The models, the bottle girls, the whatever, right? At that point in our lives. Right. That's what we wanted. We wanted the cheerleader because, like, yo, she see me out here getting buckets. Right. You feel me? Like, that's she can't not choose. She gonna get my man up there in the street clothes every time? Like, no. She wants me. I'm putting the ball in the rack. Right? Yeah. I want that. Yeah. Somebody got to be the one that's choosing it.
But do you really?
It's like the food chain, bro.
Bruh, I don't know, man. I just think now you have a valid point, but when we go back to the Kardashians and we go back to the original topic, Kanye, I just think they got. I don't want to get Illuminati and none like that, but it's something that they do to these dudes, man. That just maybe it's the extra spotlight they bring.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like because you even think about it, right? Like, all right, you said Reggie Bush. Yeah. Right? So Reggie Bush.
I forgot about him.
Right? Reggie was a superstar in college, bro.
Man, that man was a beast.
Right?
Yeah.
Superstar in college. Ray J. Right? Bruh.
Yo, we live.
Shout out, man, Ray J. Ray J is one of my spirit animals, bro. I like Ray J a lot, bro. Ray J ill dude, bro. Because Ray J is a Ray J. Yeah. Right? But like, My man, like his sister was a planet at one point. Like his sister was one of the most famous people on the, you know what I mean? At least in the United States, right?
She was.
My man been on TV for a long time, right? I mean, we can go down the line. Tristan Thompson. We can go down the line. Odell Beckham. Like Odell Beckham even had, you know what I mean? Like Odell Beckham had his share of limelight. Like Shaq's his godfather, bro. Like,
I ain't know that.
Yeah, Shaq's his godfather. Shaq and Odell Beckham's father were roommates. Or, you know, close. I don't know how close, or roommates, whatever, but close, right? I mean, shoot. So, funny story, segue, right? Odell Beckham Sr. was on the team, on one of the teams that played Odessa Premier and Friday Night Lights.
Oh, okay.
In the real story. Yeah, so so the team Carter, you know, they came back and made a movie about them. Right? And I'm sitting there watching that movie and it was like Odell Beckham with the catch. I'm like, hold on, my man, so you know, it's like, and his dad was an Olympian, the whole nine, you know, so he's had his share, right, of just being around notable people, but a little bit of money, whatever.
But the nigga Kanye is on a whole nother level too, though. Before he even got with them, 100%, because he done made some girls hot out here, like 100%. Amber Rose,
100%.
And who else was he with, man? Yeah, a couple like supermodels and stuff, but.
Maybe that's the side of it, right?
What?
Maybe that's the side of it. So, like you said, he made some girls hot.
Yeah.
Ray J made some girls hot.
Right.
You know, Tristan even, you know what I mean? Like, they have always been the alpha.
Yeah.
They get into relationships where they're no longer the alpha.
Right. But bro, he was still the alpha with...
Kanye's not the alpha, bro.
Now he's probably not. But before, when they got together...
Kanye, no.
Bro,
no.
You got to think. No. When they got together...
No. I ain't going.
Bro, what did she accomplish besides the sex tape at that time?
It's not about the accomplishments. It's about the fact that Kanye had to drop an album for us to hear him. She was on TV once a week, and people tuned in. Platform was bigger at the time.
When did they get together, man? I'm trying to think.
If I had to guess, 2012, maybe, because Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out 2010. That was after the Amber Rose breakup. So 2011, 2012 probably.
Okay. Bro, that's Kanye. Well, I mean, that's a good point. I don't know if that's true, though. I think that's a good
It's
question.
arguable.
It's arguable,
right? Like,
I think he was the alpha, but
at this stage, he's not the clear alpha.
Oh, now, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? I think she's definitely...
Tristan, not the clear alpha.
No, I don't even like his basketball game, but that's a whole nother
story. My man's nice. My man's is nice.
That's a whole nother story. We get to that. We wait for P-Rock to talk about that. But I'm saying, okay, so back to Kanye, man. And back to the statement you said. When I heard what he said about slavery was a choice, I kind of... it's gonna sound crazy, but I kind of understood where he's.
No, I definitely did. Yeah, I definitely did.
I understood where he's coming from, but I just don't think he can project his thoughts.
No, he can't. I think drugs has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
I think.
But they say he been like that though.
No, I don't question that either. Yeah. I don't question. I think when you reach a certain level of fame, like, have you ever been like? I'm sure you've been around some people where you're just like, nah, bro, like, you can't be this corny. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever met somebody with some type of status, a famous person, whatever, and you're just like, nah, bro, you can't be this corny, bro. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, a lot of them guys socially awkward, bro. Yeah. Like, cause think about it. he's always one of the most famous people in the room wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So he's always the catalyst to the conversation.
Yeah.
Right? It's never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, think about how socially awkward you become when you finally got an opinion and you're trying to make somebody see your point. Right? Because think about it. In a room, on a daily basis, if he's in a room with 10 people, right? All 10 of them have to agree with what he's talking about. Or wait till he's out of the room to disagree.
Hey, I can't live like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now here he goes spitting out this information to the masses, and people are like, yo, that's dumb.
Yeah.
You're dumb, bro.
But I don't even think I don't know if people are coming from that. And now that's another thing. I think people just be going too hard on him.
Can I give my opinion?
Go ahead.
I don't care. Right? This is why I don't care. Right? This is exactly why I don't care.
Why?
Why should we?
Bruh, that's what I was talking to somebody, bruh. I forgot what we was talking about. I was at church, and dude, minister was up there talking about he's talking about, long story short, he's talking about like demons or something. And then he somehow alluded to Beyonce having like the devil in her or something like that. And I'm like, yo, and he was a white dude, keep in mind. And it's like, yo, we only got a certain amount of people we can aspire to be, or people that have gone to a level that we are trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, once we get one, it's like we gotta keep that, bruh.
Yeah, this is my
doctor,
right?
Another thing too, but that's why we should care. You guys, why? That's why.
No, and I get that part, right? I get that part, but do we aspire to be like? Is he less great? Right? Is his music worse because he has stupid political opinions?
No, it's not.
Right? Like when we first crazy, right? Like when we first heard Through the Wire.
Yeah.
We didn't think, I wonder who he voted for.
You're absolutely right. You're right.
Like, so that's why I don't care, right? Because I feel like I look at it from a standpoint like this, right? Yeah. If I care that much about Kanye West's political opinions, views, whatever, like, my parents didn't do something right.
But we did care when he said George Bush didn't care about black people.
Didn't care either.
People cared though.
People cared. Didn't care.
Why not?
Because it didn't change nothing, bro.
But did you feel some sort of pride, like, damn, somebody finally said something or said exactly what I would want to say?
No. That don't move no needles, bro.
Bro, but it still shakes things up, though.
It don't move the needle.
I think that actually probably sparks
like, because think about this, bro. Like, how many presidents have we lived through? 2. Right? 3.
Yeah, 3.
Right? That we know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we came in on the tail end of Clinton.
Yeah.
Right? HW.
Yeah.
Barack. And now Trump.
This nigga, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
3. Have we seen any traction?
No,
through the 3. Like, bruh, what happens in that White House don't really impact us, bruh.
Bro, funny story. I remember this when I really realized that, man. I remember when Obama became president, like he won that night, you know, in school we doing all this stuff. And,
yeah, bro, I cried that night.
Yeah, I'm all geeked up. I think I might have been crying.
Yeah.
Man, my mom, I'm like, Mom, you know we got a black president. She was like, yeah. But I'm finna go to sleep. I gotta go to work in the morning. So, like, you know what I'm saying? And it hit me like, man, like, to us, it don't really even matter. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm all geeked up. You say you probably was crying. I wasn't crying. I ain't saying all that. But, yo, I'm geeked up, man. My mom was like, yo, turn the TV off. Basically, I'm finna go to sleep. We gotta go to work.
It's curtains.
It's like, man, I'm like, And I thought about it, I'm like, dang, it really doesn't matter, I guess.
Bro.
And I think about it now, it's like, she was a single mom. She, like, it's not really too much they're going to do to really affect her.
It can't, bro. Like, and, you know, for me, it meant something different to me because that was the first time I voted, bro.
Oh, okay.
It was the first time I voted. Like, you know, so I was still very green. I was still very naive at that point, right? Like, I didn't know at that point.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, man, we got a black man in office. And I voted. I put him there. Like, it's lit. We on our way, bro. Like, now we ain't finna have nothing but black presidents from here on out. Like, you know what I mean? Right. College finna be free. Like, I'm thinking about all these different things, and I feel like somebody that looks like me is going to do. Right? And then slowly but surely you realize, like, my man's a token, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't even.
Like, and that's when I start, like, it don't move nothing, bro. It don't move nothing. Because the system is, like, the fix is in, like they say. Yeah. Like, bro, we playing from behind, bro. We playing from so far behind. So it's like, George Bush don't like black people. Who does? Like, that, you know what I mean? Like, that's just like him coming in here and saying, Hub's shirt is red. Like, everybody knows that. That don't move the needle, bro.
Bruh. But everybody knows that, but everybody's not going to say that. So it's nice to have, which is why people admire, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and not even to compare him to them at all. But,
let's not.
But people appreciate them because they say the things, or even rappers, they say the things that they want to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't say it. And it's like, yo, if you was on that platform, would you have the balls to say something like that?
I feel like it was low-hanging fruit.
You think it was easy?
I think it was easy, man.
At that time, yeah.
I think it was easy. I think that was something that, you know, if you'd have put anybody on that stage, I think
they wouldn't say it like that.
Not in those words.
Because you had that Chris Tucker on there. I looked at the clip the other day. He was looking shook, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody would have.
Why was Chris Tucker on that?
I don't know, bro.
Was Chris Tucker even hot then?
He Rush Hour around that time.
Rush Hour?
Rush Hour 2 or 3, one of them was.
Because that was 05, yeah.
Dang,
that was 05, bro.
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, I think it was kind of low hanging fruit, man. To be totally honest with you, brother, I think it was. I think that was easy to say. Yeah. I feel like, you know, at that point, that was just kind of that call to galvanize the troops, right? Because it was visible,
yeah,
right? Like, it's easy to say it when everybody's fine. Like, I mean, it's tough. Sorry. It's harder to say it when everybody's fine.
Yeah.
Like, 3 weeks before Katrina, when everything's peachy,
he
wouldn't have said it.
That's tougher. Yeah, I agree with that.
But it still reigns true.
Yeah.
He don't care about black people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't too many people that have been in that office that has.
Yeah. You're right.
Right? That's an easy but when it's obvious. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, when it becomes obvious, that's when it becomes low-hanging fruit. Like, I can just say that. Like, because of the fact that I know if there's a room of 100 people, if I say this in a room of 100 people, 98 of them agree.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So, let's wrap up with Kanye. So, I'm like, 2 questions.
All right.
Number 1, do you think Kanye can go back to the quote-unquote old Kanye? And number 2, will you be buying his album?
So,
I know you're going to listen to it.
I will not go in the store and purchase his album. I'm a proud subscriber to Apple Music. They will definitely get my They would definitely get my $9.99 for the month of June, so I can listen to that. And I'm gonna listen to it, bro. Like, again, man, like, this is my thing.
That's tough, bro.
Do you know how many people we probably listen to that also don't care about black people? That look like us? I don't listen to music because he cares about because we share the same political plight.
That's a fair argument, yeah.
Separate the art from the person, bro.
You
know what I mean? Like,
to our next topic, but answer the second question.
Separate the art from the person. Second question. I don't think there's any coming back. Yeah. I think he is who he is. I think we live in an age where things can't be erased. Yeah. Right. Like, you think about the fact that we sitting here talking about the fact that he said George Bush don't like black people. That was 05. You know what I mean? So, and we can pick up our phone and we can search it on YouTube and we can get a very clear view of it. Yeah. So that stuff don't go nowhere. It ain't no way for him to delete him saying slavery was a choice. It'll always, whether he comes out and he says, I denounce, I denounce even wearing the red hat, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, like, that's always going to be out there, and it's always going to be out there for misinterpretation. Yeah. So, nah, he can't. He can't. It is what it is at this point. I do feel like we choose what we want to care about. Yeah. I feel like
that's definitely true.
I feel like, I feel like there's a large group of people, more than none, that wake up in the morning, look at their phone, hadn't looked at CNN, Fox News, any type of news, it picked up anybody's newspaper, anything in years, right? Or ever. Like, you think about people that are 25 right now, right? Like, they've for their full blown teenage life, they've never known what it's like, never not known what it's like to have social media, a smartphone, different things like have media right there in their hands. So, they don't have
we don't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an echo. Like, and that's another thing too. Like, everybody's just gonna echo each other's thoughts, bro. Like,
yeah, that's why sometimes you gotta detach, man.
Exactly, 100%. So,
a few weeks I gotta cut Instagram off, man.
Yeah, so I just like. People are surprised when I post.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Yeah. People are like, oh, man, dang, my man back on here. I'm like, I never left. I look. For real. I just, it don't own me. You know what I mean? So, but there are more people than none that are consumed by those devices and by the rhetoric that's spewed out, because there's not enough people that choose to do the research, right? Like, we sat and we cared enough to say, all right, I'm gonna listen to Charlamagne's interview with Kanye, and maybe I'll get something else out of it, right? Like, different things of that nature. Yeah. So there's not enough people out there that's gonna say, yeah, I'm still gonna listen to this interview to get a different perspective. Nah. Some people are just very comfortable saying, that's what he said. Throw them away.
And plus, we got such short attention spans. People look at it, man, it's an hour and 45 minutes. I'm not going to watch
100%.
That. And it's like, dang.
100%. But in that same breath, right, like we said, like, there's so many people that just see, okay, Kanye said slavery was a choice. Yeah. On XMZ, don't even know where he said it at, whatever. Yeah. Kanye said slavery was a choice. Retweet. That's their thought. Yeah. That we throwing it away. That's blah blah blah. This, that, and other. Come June, somebody's gonna say, "Yo, Kanye got the best album that I've ever heard." And guess what? That same person that threw him away is gonna be listening to his music and retweeting the lyrics.
Ain't gonna buy a ticket to the.
You know what I mean? And like I said, it's more than none. So
speaking of separating the art from the person, another thing we gonna breeze through this one, but I want your opinion on this because this one hurt me too. Well, it didn't. I want to be careful with that. It didn't really hurt me, but it did hurt me because I care about old people. My boy Bill Cosby, man, they send him to jail. He's 80 years old, man. They can't send him to, man. I don't know, man. Make him pay some money or something, but he's done a lot for the black community, I believe. Especially the Cosby Show itself, you know what I'm saying? I still watch it to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Heathcliff Huxtable.
Separating the art. Right?
I've never met Bill Cosby. If they were sending Heathcliff to jail, I'd be protesting. But Bill Cosby, drug people, and allegedly. I mean, my man was found guilty at this point, bro. How many allegedly we gonna give him? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Hello, wife. Hey, what's up? When we get done with the pod, we probably go in for another maybe 30 minutes or so.
Okay, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Trust me.
Okay.
All right.
Man, it's that married life, man. I need that in my life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody worry about me, man. But so check this out, bro. Do you feel bad at all that the man's going to jail though? I don't think nobody should. Well, go ahead.
Which opinion you want? Do you want Vince Lewis that just tunnel vision, runs his own race, put his blinders on? Or do you want Vince Lewis that cares about the people?
I want Vince that cares about the people, man.
All right, Vince Lewis cares about the people. I feel like it's very unfortunate that you can retroactively charge somebody for a crime like that.
That's crazy.
Years ago, bro. Like, I could see if he did it years ago and still doing it now. Right? But that's just like it's almost equivalent, right? To if there was a woman now, right? And let's just say this woman's in her 50s. She walks by a guy, she runs by the TV and she says, Jay-Z? Man, that's just Sean from up the block. Sean used to sell me coke.
Right.
And she goes and tells the police, that man used to sell me drugs. And they go get Jay-Z for selling drugs. She was harmed, just as that woman was harmed. Like that's a memory in her mind that she can never throw away. Somebody's responsible. Somebody's got to pay.
I think it's different because that's her choice to buy drugs. You know what I'm saying? They saying he, not forcefully, but he, kind of.
And that's why I say it's almost equivalent, right?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I mean, and the times were different. Right? Like,
in the 70s, everybody was.
You know what I mean? Like, all of them was popping pills and doing drugs and all that. Like, so, I feel like it's unfortunate. I feel like there's 100 million reasons why they'd like him to go away.
Yeah.
I even think about what you said earlier about how convenient it is for them to try to delete the few heroes that we have.
Yeah.
And I think this is another one of the tasks as far as just kind of deleting them and just rupturing his credibility with the black community.
Yeah, I would like for him to come out and actually speak, man. But you know what I'm saying? It don't look like that's gonna happen. But I think, to be honest, man, I don't want to put this in the air, but I'm just gonna say it. I think he's about to die in a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stress on him, man.
Hey, I'll say it. And that's why I was just finna say, bro, like, what Vince you want? Because the Vince that march in his own lane and put his blinders on, I'm like, bro, just like, simply because, right? Like, we think about family members that have illnesses or whatever, right? And we're like, oh man, I want them to live a healthy life, and if they're in pain, let's just, you know what I mean? Like, bro, we finna put this man in prison, bro.
Oh man, it probably would be no real prison. It'd be like an old folks home or something, man. Or they might not even. They might give him like 30 days or something. They might even give him the whole 4 years, whatever they trying to give him.
You think so? They got him now. They ain't turning him loose, bro.
Oh man,
they ain't turning him loose,
man. And speaking of that, man, my boy is back out in these streets, man. Meek Mill.
That's your man's?
Well, I want to say that's my man's.
I'll say this, right? Yeah. I go on record of never. I go on record of never being a Meek Mill fan. I could probably count on one hand how many Meek Mill songs I like.
He has some cold mixtapes.
Soundtrack. Yeah, I bet.
Bro, so you never listen to any of the Dream Chasers?
Wasn't my style, bro. Don't yell at me, man.
Bruh, you need to go back and listen to.
Don't yell at me, man. Don't yell at me, bro. Like, come on, man.
Let me see which way you need to listen to, man. You need to listen to DC3. You know what I'm saying? That's when he had Lil Snoop on there. You know, you remember Lil? Did you like Lil Snoop?
Yeah, rest in peace, man. I didn't like him, but
bro, you didn't like Lil Snoop?
Nah, this wasn't my cup of tea, bro. I like. I'm very much a person that only digest content that I like, as far as music, that I can attest to. Like, bro, like
Meek Mill is like a. I'm saying because
he had some bangers that I was like, all right, bet
you can work out too.
Yeah, but very few and far between. Like you can look at my phone right now. Like I said, I'm a proud subscriber to iTunes. I can have anything that I want. And one thing you probably won't find is a Meek Mill album on there.
Man, look, this is what I'm saying though.
But I'm glad he's home.
Yeah,
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
This is what I'm saying though. So you never listen to? Did you listen to his last album?
No.
Why not, man? You missing out, man.
It's not palatable,
man. Bro, I would need you to do that. Can you do that for me, man? Listen to his last album, man. That was a great album, man. Not to say it's a classic and nothing like that, but you riding down the street, you on a road trip or something, listen to it. Some of them you can throw out, you know what I'm saying, when he's yelling at you and stuff, but he got some bars on a couple of them, man.
I'm not saying he can't spit, bro. I'm not saying that. Like, I respect him as a rapper. I've sat there and listened like, yo, my man can flow, but it's just not my cup of tea, bro.
What's your top three right now?
My top three,
time, but like right now.
My top three right now. Like, who can you catch me listening to? I hate to sound cliche. It's gotta be Cole.
Okay.
Kendrick.
Okay.
that 3 can change at any point, bro. Right. At any point.
It can be Meek Mill, it can be Drake.
It definitely won't be Meek. Definitely won't be Meek. It could be Drake. It could be Big Sean on a certain day. It could be Currency. It could be Nipsey Hussle. It could be, you know what I mean?
Right, you got.
It could be a lot of different guys, but
you need to go. You need to check him out, man.
There's no yellers.
Bruh, he got some songs he not yelling on, like that 1942. Check that out.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take your word for it.
That's a good song. I might let you hear it before we leave.
I'll take your word for it, man.
Besides that, man, so you got me on track. But the fact that he's out, did you believe he should have been in jail, but not even knowing his whole situation, when you first heard he was in jail, was you like surprised or?
Before I knew the facts, didn't really care.
I was the same way.
I didn't really care. Because the way I looked at it, like, and that was just me. That was, again, like I said, not necessarily me caring. Yeah. So I didn't care to do the research, right? I didn't know what he was on probation for in the first place. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I didn't I didn't care to do the research or whatever. So when I heard, he violated probation. Yeah. He's a dummy. Lock him up.
I thought the same thing. Well, I'm just saying, like, I really don't. I got a whole different opinion on the justice system, but I do think that I don't really think people should be locked up like that, bruh. Now, certain people, yes, because
no, 100%. I just feel like at that point, right, where I feel like there's a such thing as a waste of talent, bruh. Yeah. Right? I feel like there's a such thing as a waste of opportunities. Yeah. Right? Like, I'll be honest with you, bro. There was a point in my life where I was just mailing it in on the daily, bro. Yeah. Right? And it was like, bro, I was just wasting it. Yeah. You feel me? Like, just multiple dumb decisions day after day after day after day, right? So unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for grown people, especially grown people that are in positions to change their situation and other people's situation. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't think regular rappers like Meek Mill can contribute to like generational wealth. No, I don't think so. We're not gonna change my opinion.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate on that. What are you talking about? You saying that he can't create generational wealth?
Not a regular rapper like Meek Mill. He's regular, bro.
What do you mean? I'm saying, why? What's that to do with what he can do? Separate the art from the person. You don't think he can generate? How you know he don't have a business set up to create that, man? He run around with the Patriots owner, the Sixers owner. You don't think he's capable of doing that?
I think it's capable. I don't like. And when I say regular rappers like Meek Mill, I don't exclude that to just Meek Mill. Right. I say the mass of regular rappers won't build generational wealth. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like,
give me another example besides Meek Mill. Who's somebody that won't?
Like
a little Uzi or something?
Yeah, his niece.
Yeah.
Is gonna want for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a chance that, like, because when I think generational wealth, like, I think about the fact that, like, Blue Ivy's son is gonna be all right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think about the fact that Northwest's son is going to be all right. I think about the fact that, you know, LeBron James' son is going to be all right. But then I think about the fact that, you know,
it's still early in the game, though.
I think about the fact that, like, Wale's third born might be average, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance, bro, because of the fact that there's limited spots, bro, for people. Like, because the money, people can tell you all you want that, oh, yeah, you can go and flip this and flip that, and you can, bro, but when the money stop, you still got to maintain that lifestyle, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I listened to Meek Mill interview today on Breakfast Club. He was talking about how, you know, he had to sell some cars, how he didn't have to, but he did just to make sure he was straight.
Just keep things moving, right?
And so, like,
so you think about that. My man went away for 5 months. Think about a 5-year exit from rapping, like a real exit. After he says, "All right, this is my last album." 5 years from now, when he's still, I'm rolling in the rave.
Yeah.
What happens then?
I mean,
what happens then? You're going to have to cash in some of them properties.
I think it's...
You're going to have to turn in some of them raves.
You looking at the rap. I'm saying who he's surrounding himself with. Like,
I get all that, bro.
He's surrounding himself with, like, even Rose. He's not even the biggest rapper, but...
Nah.
But he's smart business-wise. He got Holyfield House. Like, he got to be doing something.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't think...
What?
He learning nothing from nobody? He cool with Jay-Z?
I get that.
So you don't think he is no... Well, you saying he's a regular rapper, but
he's a regular rapper.
I would say you got the top tier. Jay-Z don't count, but like J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, you know, they got their own top tier. And then you got the second tier like Wale, Meek Mill, Big Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Name the times where Meek Mill has hit mainstream media.
With Nicki Minaj. Now with the jail stuff, Drake,
all bigger than his music. All bigger than his music
because he was more of an underground artist though. Like when
so
he first came
exactly.
out. But that has nothing to do with you talk about the music. But I'm saying he can get money other ways outside of music. That's what I'm saying.
And I get that, and I hope he is. And I hope he is. But I will say this, right? I stand on that. There's very a limited amount of quote unquote regular rappers that will change their families' lives.
I agree with that. And
right, that will change their namesake.
One thing about...
I mean, you think about this, bro. Like, you think about how many basketball players, bro.
Yeah, one even, yeah. And you're right.
That's just trying to start AAU programs just to stay afloat. And they was getting, you know, you got guys that have made, you know, 40, 50, 60, 100 mil over their career.
Yeah. And so staying on Meek Mill, one thing that had... that interests me about the story was he was saying about the judge. He was saying the judge called him and Nicki Minaj to the back of the courtroom, and she asked him to do a remake of some Boys to Men song.
Yeah.
And so that was crazy in itself. And then I guess Nicki Minaj, she obviously knew about it. And on an interview today on the Breakfast Club, he was saying, you know, he didn't really feel like that was cool for her not to speak up, you know what I'm saying, not to go public about how the judge was and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you see a problem with that? With not even move them, but like somebody not speaking up. Like if your worst enemy, you know, was going to jail and you knew he didn't do it, you know what I'm saying, you had the evidence, like, yo, would you speak up, or do you feel a problem with somebody not speaking up?
I feel like that put her in an awkward position.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: I wouldn't expect any favors from her. She a cornball, dog.
Yeah, that's a whole, bruh.
She's corny. She's corny, bro.
She ain't look as good to me.
So, yeah. So it's like when you see somebody that like it's fairly obvious that Onika's number one, Nicki Minaj is number two, Roman's number three. You know what I mean? Like, who she care about, bro?
Yeah. And it's like, but even removing her, do you see a problem with that period with somebody not speaking up when something is right? Or when they had a potential.
I mean, that's morals, man. Yeah. That's, you know, because if everybody felt that way, he wouldn't have been in, right? Like that judge would have been like, hey, something's not right about why you're in here.
Yeah. Right.
You're a young black man with knots over your head, and you supposedly pulled a gun on two cops. I find it very hard to believe that you walked away from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, morals, man, like, everybody got some type of hidden agenda. And at the end of the day, man, I think everybody I think we live in a very selfish society.
Yeah.
Where, you know, I think at the time she probably felt like it won't be as bad, and it'll be cool, and you know, we'll just go our separate ways, and he'll still be on probation, and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And I feel like by the time she decided she even wanted to say anything, it was a little too late.
But even so, like, dealing with females in general, you ever been in a position to where, I think maybe I have too, where you expected? I was talking to my dad. He had a situation like that. But you ever been in a position to where even a female, not even a female, but somebody just you thought would have your back, and you know, you just look around, it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? They just know where to be found.
I think that question is a little different from just from my perspective. Simply from a standpoint because I don't depend on a lot of people.
But now it depends. This is somebody doing a morally right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I guess my thing is, bro, like setting expectations fail you.
Yeah,
a lot of times. So I don't set a lot of expectations for people. So if I feel like for me, if I get myself into something, I better get myself out of it. That's just kind of that. I mean, and I get what you're saying. I trust me, I do. I definitely get what you're saying.
I'm the same way, but it's like.
But I to answer your question, I've never been in that situation, and like I said, just simply from the standpoint of I've encountered some of those situations before, and I've only depended on people that I know, you know, I've set those expectations with. You know what I mean,
man. I don't know, bro. I just think it's kind of any situation. I think it's just, especially dealing with a female, man. I think the way they was kicking it, morals should just, you know, be natural, but they ain't respected with everybody.
Yeah. And we say that thinking that it was a clean break.
Yeah, we don't know what happened either.
You know.
Yeah, man, we got P-Rock on the way. I think he's outside, but we're gonna talk about these playoffs, man.
Woo!
Man, that's a whole nother. Let me see. So who you got? Who you rocking with? We're gonna start off with the East. Start with the East.
Okay.
Who you got coming out the East? Out of the Celtics and the Cavs.
Come on, man. That's a question?
Yeah, that's a question, man.
We asking that question? Okay.
Hey. If you
believe it or not,
yeah,
right? I'm a shocker. Yeah. I'm going with Brian, man. I'm going with Cleveland Cavaliers, man.
Devil's advocate though. They barely skated out of Indiana.
Okay.
They did sweep the Raptors. Mm-hmm. But the Raptors are the Raptors.
They imploded. They definitely imploded. They beat themselves.
So they're playing a better coached Celtics team.
Understood. And
I think they're better than the Raptors and Indiana Pacers, Celtics.
No, 100%. 100%.
So are you saying it's going to be a breeze? Or are you saying it's going to be a 7-game dogfight?
Do you want LeBron fan vents?
I want.
Or do you want realistic? Coach Lou.
I want Coach Lou. I want the unbiased opinion.
Okay. I think Cavs in 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Just from a standpoint of, like you said, right? Boston is the best team that they will have faced.
Yeah.
Right. Is there any question that Indiana was the better team?
Yeah.
In the first round series?
You think they were?
They were. That series.
Yeah.
That series. We say it lightly and we say, oh, baby dinosaurs, the Raptors are who they are. They beat themselves. They imploded. Stars didn't show up. At the end of the day, bro, they had the second best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
Hey. So to go in and sweep a team that had the second best record in the NBA, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen it before. We've seen the fools go before. We've seen Hawks win 61 games. We've seen it, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they did something right to be the second best team record wise in the NBA. They did something right over a long period of time. And so for someone to say, oh, they are who they are, baby dinosaurs, this, that, and the other. You mean to tell me that they did that for a season and they couldn't do that for a game?
First, I got to shout out my boy Fred VanVleet, you know what I'm saying, from the crib. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to give him a shout out. He should be starting, over Kyle Lowry. I don't really like Kyle Lowry's game like that, but that's a whole other story. But I see what you're saying. I think it's a mental thing with LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even to bring my boy back up, but Fred, you see when it was a little altercation he got into it with LeBron.
Yeah.
That's what you do in the playoffs. You show that you're not backing down. I didn't see that from nobody on the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was in LeBron's face. They put a random dude on LeBron, tried to chase him around.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It might have been some coaching. I don't know what it was. But I don't think that was the Raptors from all year.
Yeah.
I don't think
I look at it this way. And you said, they put a random dude on LeBron. Until we get to the finals, there's nothing but random guys on him.
Yeah, but you gotta send it.
This is LeBron. You feel me?
I gotta make J.R. Smith beat me. Kevin Love gotta beat me.
And that's another thing, right? You look at the fact that let's not don't get me wrong, they played well. The others played very well in the Toronto series, right? They didn't play out of their minds, right? It wasn't like we got an amazing game from Jetty Osman or we got an amazing game from Jeff Green. We just got a consistent effort.
That's true.
Right? We didn't have, out of everybody, we had JR go 5 for 5 in the first half in game 4, and we had Tristan have big numbers in game 1 or 2, something like that, like 31 and something, right?
Yeah.
But after that, who had just amazing performances?
Oh, my man, P-Rock come in with the Popeyes, man. I want to pull up a chair, man.
What's up, P?
What's up, bro?
Good. What's going on,
What's up, man?
Okay.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, John?
Not much, man. Jawan, man. Everybody call me Hub, man.
Vince, man.
Vince.
Call me Luke.
Man. We just got into the part I was gonna bring you in. We talking about the playoffs, man.
Okay.
Playoffs, man.
Playoffs.
We talking about the playoffs. So my man said he got King James coming out of the East. You know what I'm saying? Who you got coming out, P?
First of all, what's going on to the podcast world? It's Coach P Rock checking in. Back to the matter at hand. In the East right now, man, you would like to know the record. You want to know what the record's going to be or who's going to win?
Who you got coming out the East, man? That's simple, man.
That's a tough one, man.
And unbiased, man. We know you train NBA players and stuff like that. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
I think LeBron gonna be able to pull it out, man. He gonna need he definitely gonna need some help from the supporting cast, though. Shout out to Jeff Green, Remy Workouts, Remy Workouts. Shout out to the team, Remy Workouts. But yeah, he's gonna need his supporting cast, definitely. I mean, he's been playing amazing though. Triple doubles, 2 buzzer beaters, less than a week. I mean, anybody right now that's hating on LeBron is just straight up hating, man.
I love LeBron, man, but I'm telling Lou, I'm like, they didn't send no double team to the man. They got a random dude. I don't want to say random dude. I don't want to disrespect him. Who was guarding him, man?
Siakam.
They got him
a rookie.
chasing LeBron.
But this is my thing, right? And I've been hearing everybody say, "Oh, send a double, send a double, send a double." We look at how well he puts the ball in the bucket, and we say send a double. But my man's a passer.
Bruh,
He's a passer first.
You gotta knock. You still gotta knock shots down, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, I get that. So,
All right, so hold on. So your argument, what's your argument now, Lou? What you saying? He say he's a passer first, no matter what.
I'm just saying, like, it's one of them things. Like, you pick your poison, bro.
Even if he do double,
You send 2. Okay, he's just gonna get the ball out of his hand.
J.R. Smith got to score 40 on him. That's what I'm saying. I can sleep with that.
Celtics team is well coached. It's going to be a battle, man.
I'm not saying it's not. I think
It's going to be a battle, man. I'm interested to see it. I mean, shout out to Jason Tatum, rookie, playing amazing basketball. Amazing. He broke the record for the playoffs, I believe, right?
Did he? I don't know. Did he?
I don't know.
He broke it. I think
He's like 764 points up.
And for
This is what I'm saying though. LeBron is the king. Man. I mess with LeBron hard, heavy, but he ain't really saw no team though. He ain't saw this year.
You're right.
He ain't went against no Brad Stevens, man. You know what I'm saying? They got schemes for him for days. If the Raptors didn't change nothing.
The Celtics would have lost to Indiana.
Celtics would have lost in the end? No. What you think so?
I can see why you say that.
Why?
I wouldn't agree, but I can see why you say it. I just feel like my thing, man, with the whole. At the end of the day, I got Cavs in 6.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of who has the best player, man.
Right.
That's all it boiled down to. Cleveland has the best player in the series, and I've never in the history of me watching the NBA seen a coach out-coach a player. I've never seen it. You can throw schemes, all that. I've never seen. You have to have players that you can put in those positions, bro. You got a 20-year-old. You got a 20-year-old. You got a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
And you got a 19, 20-year-old in Jason Tatum. You got a 21-year-old in Jaylen Brown. You got bodies to throw, but okay.
So going to the West, who you got coming up?
I'd love to believe in the Rockets.
Yeah.
I'd love to. But this is my deciding factor.
Yeah.
Right? James Harden and Chris Paul have to have 7 good games in order to beat them. Kevin Durant only has to have 2. Steph Curry can have 1.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Clay can have 1. And they could still probably sweep them.
Hey, I ain't sweeping no Rockets, bruh. Hold that, man.
4-2 maybe.
Ain't not
4-2.
sweeping no Rockets, Lou.
I mean,
I'm not saying that they will.
hold on. Who's going to guard
Ain't
Kevin
no
Durant?
possibility.
I'm not saying that they will.
It's gonna
I'm
be
just saying.
it's matchups, right? So who's going to guard Kevin Durant? You know.
PJ Tucker.
So we use
Don't disrespect the PJ.
Obviously,
we're talking about Kevin Durant here. Come on, Bob. We're talking Kevin Durant here, Bob.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. We're
You gotta have all that. Just keep it real, my nigga. I'm telling you. You gotta keep it real.
so first of all, we're using the term guard loosely.
Yeah.
Who's going to stand across from him?
Yeah, ain't no guard. We all know that. But PJ Tucker going.
Who's going to at the tip? Who's going to say, "I got him"? PJ Tucker, Trevor Ariza.
Oh, I forgot about Trevor.
Okay, Trevor Ariza.
All right,
He got-
you got bodies to throw now.
Yeah.
You definitely have bodies to throw. I think the Capella Draymond lineup. Matchup is going to be pretty interesting. I feel like it's going to be tough to hide Steph. Because he's going to have to guard CP.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people is like, James Harden going to have to guard Clay. CP going to have to guard Steph. But they got to guard them too. And CP been in his bag, bro. Let's not act like my man ain't just go for 41 in a closeout game.
Bro, I'm telling you this, man.
And James Harden is probably the best ISO player in NBA basketball right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Just stand on the wing, go get me a buck.
Listen,
Clay's not the same Clay sprinting off screens like that when he got,
he's overrated, but that's another story. I don't like that.
I'm gonna let
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on.
I'm gonna let that be another story.
Let me address 2 things that I heard.
I'm gonna let that be
When
another story.
Draymond's name was first announced, he said, "I don't like Draymond." What's going on with Dray, man?
Bruh, you ever play with them people? Well, y'all hoop, everybody hoop there.
My man about the antics,
you
bro.
play with them dudes who hoop, and you hate to play against them, but you love that they on your team. They would do extra stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? If he was on any other team, he wouldn't be no All-Star.
Man, I don't know, man.
He would not be an All-Star if he played for Detroit. He played for Detroit.
I mean, he gonna bring the grittiness though. He bring the grittiness. He does the things that doesn't come on the stat sheets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? If you need him to go rough up your best player,
Matt Barnes used to do that. He wasn't an All-Star.
I mean, you're right.
Matt
So you
Barnes
said he
also didn't have Draymond's skill set. Let's not act like Draymond just don't got no skill, bro.
So if Dre went to Detroit, he'll start.
Yeah.
You train
probably-
Andre Drummond.
Man, hold on, wait a second now.
What you feel
Would he
about that?
start
But Dre's definitely starting
He
too.
gonna start
right
Wait,
now?
hold
he
on.
would
We're talking about
start.
right now with the roster right now.
with Detroit right now.
No, he's not starting.
Blake Griffin?
You taking Drummond over Draymond?
You taking
No,
Blake?
Drummond is definitely in the lineup, bro.
You taking him over
You're taking
Draymond?
Blake?
You got to start your franchise. Who
Yeah,
you
I'm
taking?
taking
Drummond
Blake. I'm taking
or
Blake
Draymond?
over Draymond.
Oh, Drummond, are you crazy? All day long.
You're
Drummond
taking
yeah.
Blake over
Yeah, right.
Over.
I don't know though.
Draymond?
I'm gonna tell you why. If y'all knew the schemes of the league of how Jamal Crawford, it really originated with Bobby Jackson. You know, for my basketball connoisseurs out there, Bobby Jackson was the first one to start exploiting the 6-man matchup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He knew that he was a real starter in the league, but I'm gonna kill your 6-man on every other team. Jamal Crawford did it for years, right? So now I get the same scheme with Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the bench.
But
But
that's-
that power.
I get
and then
what
he can finish the game. He don't have to start. Come
No,
on.
and I get what you're saying.
my
That's
Popovich
as
on.
if
That's what
that-
I did with Ginobili. You remember?
That's as if you were the coach.
That's exactly. If I'm the
Right.
coach, we all entitled to opinions. You know
No,
what I'm
100%.
saying?
But head for head,
Don't take my
right
scheme
now.
on 2K. Don't take my 2K scheme. I might have said too much.
But head for head, right now, Draymond signs, not a trade. Draymond signs with the Detroit Pistons. He starts.
That's Lou's visions from Lou. I don't know, man.
You said he signed where? To Detroit?
To Detroit. He starts. He's not better than Blake Griffin? Come on, man. We bringing resumes to the table, right?
Well, you can't. That's not fair.
I'm on my Charlemagne the God now.
That's not fair, though. That's not fair.
That ain't it right there.
That's not fair, bro.
Draymond. So I'm alone saying Draymond Green is better than Blake Griffin.
Come on, let's pull up numbers.
Hold on. So here's the trump card, though. Here's the trump card. Blake Griffin. We take Draymond off the roster, and we put Blake Griffin.
That's a good point.
With the Warriors, pre-KD.
That's a good
Pre-KD.
point. That's a good point.
Are they the same team?
They gonna win championships, yep.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, y'all tripping?
Get out of here, man.
Listen, hold on. Let me tell you something about the
That's
Warriors.
not, bro.
Let me tell you something about the Warriors.
That's not, bro.
That is a sacrificial team. Now, what I mean by sacrificial is they sacrifice name for team. All right? Iggy out there, Curry, Clay, they could all go to other teams and get busy. I mean, not Iggy right now. We talking 2 years ago.
I get what you're saying from a psychological standpoint, but I'm talking about skill set.
So Blake, listen, the whole is the program though, bro. It's the program.
I'm talking skill set, bro.
Down from the owner to the GM to the head coach. You ain't watched the documentary?
Man, no, I ain't watching.
Oh, come on. See, if you watch the documentary, you would have seen it, man.
I understand. He talking about
like I said, I get it from a psychological.
Blake would have been good enough to fit right into the system, brother. Right into the system.
He can't shoot.
Curry would have been throwing lobs, OD lobs, bro.
He can't shoot. He's not a better on. He better
shoot the three. Listen, come on, pull it up.
He's not a better on ball defender.
Let's go,
Draymond. Can he guard?
Okay, wait. Draymond Green. Come on, that's what. Come on, hold that.
All I know is LeBron. If they don't win this year, LeBron's going to go to LA with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
No, LeBron, he gonna go to Houston. No, actually, that's my theory. I think LeBron's gonna retire. You heard it here first. LeBron's gonna retire. He's retiring at the top, and he's gonna come back when his son come back to the league, man. All right. That's my theory.
Here on the Hot Take Podcast. Come on, bro.
That's my theory, bro. What's up, man? Bro, he's
gonna be asking who your plug is, boy.
Facts, bro. Facts. Come on, man.
See if they win. LeBron gonna say, "Yo, I'm retiring. I'm finna go act." He gonna do something off the wall. It's too predictable. Everything else.
He said he finna go act.
He finna be an actor, bro. That's what he do. He can't act, but he gonna try.
Okay, hold on.
He gonna take about a year off.
Go do acting.
Do acting, bro. Y'all heard it here first, man. Remember that.
Right?
When you see next year when he retire, you'll see.
All right, so you got.
He's staying in Cleveland, by the way. But go ahead.
I don't know.
Win, lose, or draw, he's staying in Cleveland.
So you got Cavs and what?
I got Cavs in 6.
Cavs in 6. P, what you got?
We talking about Eastern Finals, right?
East.
Game 7.
Game 7. Who?
Cavs Game 7.
Who you got?
I got sweep.
Sweep with the Cavs?
Yeah, sweep with them. You heard it here first. That's the hot table. You hear me?
I got Cavs. I got Cavs in 7. I got Cavs 7. So you got V. Lou. You got in the West. You got who?
I got Warriors. Warriors in 6.
Warriors in 6. You got.
Man, listen, man. I got Houston in Game 7, boy.
Okay.
Houston Game 7.
All right.
So,
I ain't against it.
Houston Game 7.
I wish I had. I wish I had the balls pick it.
I got Houston Game 4.
Game 4. Damn.
My man.
Hey. Come on, man. Everybody getting swept, man.
Speaking of the plug.
Right.
They getting over with.
So
Speaking of the plug.
So Pete.
Speaking of the plug.
We wrapping up. V. Lou, who you got bringing it home? Bring that ring on.
Whoever comes out of the West.
All right, wait a second.
Whoever coming out the West?
I'm sorry. Let's address this real fast. This needs to be addressed.
Okay, yeah, our debate from earlier.
All right. Draymond Green numbers, all right? Career stats. 9 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. Hold on one second. Let me talk to the people.
Come on, get your facts.
It's a bit tainted, bro. It's a bit tainted.
It's not, because it's not fair, bro.
It's not fair.
Hold on, wait.
We won't do
All
that.
right. 4 assists per game,
Inflation.
1
bro.
steal, and 1 block, right? This is Draymond Green, right? Okay. Now let's look at Blake.
Inflation.
For Blake, we got 21 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game. A little over. But I'm just saying, though. You see what I'm saying? What we talking about here?
Bro, but
Inflation. That's what you're
it's
talking
not,
about.
it's not a fair stat, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what,
I think. All right, hold on a second. I think the stats it is fair. You get what I'm saying? It's not fair for you to say it's not fair for Blake. It's not fair. Does that make sense? Because you're saying, oh, it's Draymond. Why we gotta have pity for Draymond?
no,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, we saying
let's
based
not feel
on
sorry for Dre.
he's saying Draymond Green is on a better team. He can do more skill set wise. And if you put
But Blake started hitting the 3 though. I ain't gonna lie. Blake started hitting the 3.
Now look that up. You got the Google. Look up the 3-point percentage, man.
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on.
So wrapping up, man. Who you got coming out the West, man? Lord, keep looking up your little Googles, man. Don't stop.
Trying to get his facts right.
Who you got coming out the West, man?
Houston is 7.
And then, I mean, who you got winning the whole thing?
Shit, Houston.
Houston and what?
Houston is 6. No, 7. Houston is 7.
7. And you got
I
the
got
plug over
Cleveland
there.
winning.
Cleveland winning.
Yeah,
You
Cleveland
want to
winning the
sweep?
whole thing. Sweep them.
This dude.
Get it over with.
This dude.
These guys are trying to go on vacation, man. They ready to get this shit over.
Listen. I got LeBron bringing it home against the Rockets, man.
Against the Rockets, that's what
But
I think he do got a chance if the Rockets come out. Just from a matchup standpoint,
Yeah.
but nah, he won't bring it home because the Rockets won't beat the Warriors.
and so if he go against the Warriors, you got
Warriors.
Warriors winning against LeBron,
Yeah.
and you got LeBron staying in Cleveland.
Yes.
That's tough.
And you're speaking to a LeBron fan. It's just, bro, like that system don't break, man.
This is my
That
theory.
system don't break, bro. Like,
We wrapping up, but this is why I don't like the Warriors, man, because they don't want to give a black man the props, man. Mark Jackson built the team. You know what I'm
Understood.
saying? He built the team. Then Steve Kerr come take all the credit for it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's another topic.
Come on, man. That's crazy to me, man.
I get what you're saying.
That is
Trust me, I
crazy
totally
to me,
get. I
bro.
totally get what you're saying.
And they act like he just the guru. Like he.
Nah, I mean, you know,
I totally.
it's a tough situation. You know what I mean? We can touch it. But yeah, I feel the same way, kind of. You know, I'm like Mark Jackson that did everything, just literally left the plate on it for Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr just came and ate it up.
I get that. I get exactly what you're saying, guys. But I can look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Although on one side,
KD, shout out to KD who came to run the port and went crazy the other day, man.
Hey, we don't do that smoking on the gas station, man. Hey, we on topic, man. What are you doing, man?
All right, man, let's go, man.
on one side, I do agree from the standpoint of like Mark Jackson did assemble the cast, right? I do feel like he got the bad end of the stick,
Yeah.
but what I will say is when I was a kid, I grew up in my mother's home and my mother raised me.
Yeah.
Now that I'm married, my wife does things for me as a man that my mother couldn't do.
Right. Okay, bring that home. Bring that home for me. 'Cause
I'm
that's all,
saying
man.
that there's two positions that you're in life and in your career, right? I feel like I feel like Mark Jackson wouldn't have been able to get them to this point. That's what I'm saying.
We'll never know. But I do think he needs somebody to give him a job though, if he wants one.
I feel like if I'd have still been living in the house with my mom, as well as she knows me, as good as she did, raising me, she would have stifled my development if I'd have been 27 and living in her home. You get what I'm saying?
Man, I
feel like Mark Jackson at this point would have probably been stifling some of their development.
I say give the black man a chance. That's what I say.
I don't disagree. That's just my opinion.
I personally think he did fine. It wasn't hard, and he was definitely he emphasized defense a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't think it was fair.
Man, man, wrapping it up, man. We got a lot of albums coming out this year. This next month, man. We got Kanye coming out.
Yeah, shout out to my pops.
Whoa. We got Pusha T. We got Pusha T coming out. Who else we got? Nas album supposed to be coming out. I saw Schoolboy Q album supposed to be coming out. Who V-Lou, y'all.
I'm looking forward to that Pusha T.
Pusha T.
I'm looking forward to my man.
I'm looking for Scorpion, man.
Oh, I forgot about Drizzy.
Come on,
I forgot about Drizzy.
My man finna heat this summer up, bro.
Yo,
what?
Yo, I'm gonna get a shout out to Free Game the mixtape. Matter of fact,
Free Game.
Yeah, I got a song dropping this summer too on here though.
Okay, we're gonna tag you in. Put your stuff. Well, we save it at the end. I got you. We got a spot for you. Who you looking forward to this summer?
Man, I'm looking forward to me, man. I'm looking forward to see what the universe brings in my life. To be honest, I'm tired of giving everybody else the energy. You feel me? It's time to put the energy back in myself.
I like that, man.
You feel me?
I like that, man.
I give so much out, but I don't give enough to myself. You feel me?
Feel it.
So I'm ready to see what it do when I give it to myself. Pause.
That's a gem. That's a gem, man.
Quick talk real quick.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Quick vibe, man.
I'm gonna ask you. We finna rap. I keep saying we'll rap, but I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask you the question that I asked V-Lou. Are you going to buy Kanye's album?
I mean, out of respect for Kanye, yeah, I'm gonna get the album. You know.
Out of respect for Kanye.
Yeah, listen, hold on.
Elaborate on that, man.
Okay.
Please, because we talk
Because
about
it's mixed views and opinions and feelings on the conversation that he had today with an interview on TMZ. So I feel like you have one side and you have another side. We're not gonna say who's on who because we don't want to start no problems on the show right now. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I feel like Kanye is still a great artist. You see what I'm saying? He's still gonna give us some good music. Now, I'm gonna be honest. If you get on the album, start talking bullshit. I'm like, yo, Kanye, come on, bro. Come on, Kanye, don't do that, bro.
Whatever he's talking about.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all can say what y'all want to, but that beat hard.
That beat was cold though.
And
that joint with T.I. was nice too.
And after you listen to that, and after you just try to continue to dissect that beat and figure out why it's so good,
yeah.
After a while, you're gonna be singing "Scoop-Dee-Doo people."
Not I. I guarantee you that.
I said the same thing
once. Listen to it one time.
You ain't listen to it enough. Yeah, you ain't listen to it enough.
I say one more time. Especially after this conversation right now, you're gonna try to resist not doing it, and you still gonna be doing it.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm looking for. I'm still bumping that Cole. And then I am looking forward to Scorpion, man.
Yeah, my man Drake gonna drop.
I forgot about that, but I'm not. I am looking forward to Nas too. Pusha T usually put me to sleep.
I don't know how I feel about Nas.
Pusha T. No, I'm just kidding. Pusha T is yes. Now when he's with the Clips,
he's not for everybody.
When he's with the Clips though, that's a whole nother Pusha T though. He's with the Clips. Yeah. His brother made him go a little harder. But beats put you to sleep. He rap about cocaine. It's like, bro. Man.
So I seen the funniest tweet, man. Somebody tweeted him. It's like, if Pusha T think we gonna buy another album, if Pusha T think we gonna buy another album with him just talking this dope rap, you're right. And you're right. I'm definitely gonna be listening to Pusha T album.
I like him as a person, man, but music don't. So you learned to listen to Pusha T and Meek Mill?
100%.
Oh my goodness. He said he ain't listened to a Meek Mill album, man.
100%.
Man. All right, man. Last question.
Name me the biggest word Meek Mill ever used.
The biggest word?
Yeah.
Audemars.
Bye.
Yeah. He got bars, man. Go listen to that 1942, man.
Again, bro, I'm not saying that he don't make really good music for some people, but that some people ain't me.
All right, that's respectable, man. All right, man. Coach P, any last words you got for the people, man? We're going to have you on another time, too, man, because you got some interesting views on some things, man. We're going to do this again.
Yeah, man. Last words for me is everybody out there in podcast land right now, I want you to just take a minute, pause, take a deep breath, understand, take nothing for granted. Take nothing for granted. Whatever idea you got, whatever you're scared of, your next move, whatever's the next big thing in your life that you sitting and you saying, should I do it? Just do it, man. Believe in yourself. Invest in yourself, man. Anything is possible. Just believe, man.
I like that. Coach V, Lou, what you got for the people, man? Signing off.
My wife's calling, bro.
Hey, that's everything.
We understand.
Nah, man. First of all, it was a pleasure, guys. And, secondly, just kind of echoing what the guy's saying, man. Put your head in the right place. Believe in you. Believe in those around you. Like you can't have this. You can't have this thing without a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do this junk alone. Nobody wants to do it alone. To be totally honest with you, bro. Like that ain't fun. So you know what I mean? Galvanize the troops, man. Get something done this summer, man. Summer's a fun time to have some success, man.
For real,
you know what I mean? Summer's a good time to have some success. So, I mean, get the ball rolling.
Man, I appreciate y'all, for coming on, man. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the team. You guys are definitely, the captains of the team, man. So I appreciate y'all, man.
God is good.
Y'all inspire me.
A whole hour to get here.
You know what I'm saying? So
have to get that gas across.
we gonna most definitely do this another time. I'm gonna have the camera out and everything. But yeah, we signing off. Smoking at the Gas Station podcast, man. Thank y'all, man.
Straight cream.